Are zoos animal prisons, or instead places where sick and injured species are looked after? Do zoos help us to learn about animals, or do they instead exist as entertainment for our insatiable curiosity? Should zoos be banned? In this video, we'll learn about the two sides of this argument and hopefully find the answer. But first, why don't you hit the subscribe button and like this video for more great content? The first question to ask is, what are zoos? Zoos are confined spaces in which animals are kept for three main reasons: for our entertainment, to be cared for, and to be studied. These three main functions of zoos are the groups into which I'm going to put the arguments for and against zoos. Firstly, zoos are places of entertainment where people can come and look at animals. And because of this, zoos are stationary. They don't move around and are often in built-up areas where there are lots of people. Because of this, the space afforded to animals is often smaller than the animal's actual habitat, which can cause neurotic behaviour like pacing and aggression, as well as milder forms such as boredom and lethargy. Consequently, animals in zoos can sometimes actually be dangerous to humans, which defeats the purpose of them existing for entertainment. Those in favour of zoos argue instead that the entertainment factor is a good thing, as it brings joy to children and families. Also, zoos are often cheaper than safaris and offer a more intimate encounter with animals than, say, documentaries. This intimacy may also help foster a more empathetic relationship between humans and animals, leading to people being more likely to contribute to conservation efforts to protect animals' habitats. This point links to the other main function of zoos, in helping to care for animals. Those in favour of zoos argue that they offer sanctuary for endangered animals, as well as for sick and injured ones. Those against zoos argue that sanctuaries will be better for this purpose. In sanctuaries, the emphasis is on the animal, and not on the customer, like in zoos. Also, surely it would be better for conservation to protect the animal's natural habitat, as opposed to moving them away from this into big zoos. Opponents of zoos also argue that zoos are not about conservation, because the animals in them are not endangered a lot of the time. Plus, many animals that are no longer needed are put down. The third main function of zoos is as places where we can learn about animals, and this actually is a reflection of the original reason why zoos were created. Zoos in their modern sense came about in the 18th century due to Enlightenment values that stressed an interest in sciences such as zoology and anatomy. Zoos have been used in the past to test how self-conscious animals are, whether they can make choices, or even if they can be trained to use sign language. However, opponents of zoos ask what we can actually learn about animals when they are not in their natural habitat and where their reactions to stimuli may be exclusive to zoos, making the research flawed or at least not representative of how animals would actually work in the wild. To conclude, I think that zoos shouldn't be banned because they offer humans an intimate relationship with animals that makes us more likely to protect them. We are very curious creatures, and I think that by allowing us to humour this curiosity, zoos, by how close they let us get to animals, spark an interest in their welfare. If you love a panda that you see at the zoo, you're much more likely to want to protect it from going extinct. Just think about how much we love dogs in the West because we have intimate relationships with them. Yet in South Korea, they do not have this culture, and instead they eat dogs. That's my opinion on why I think zoos shouldn't be banned. If you disagree or agree, feel free to tell me why in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.